My name is Algimantas. I represent Creator, the Paradise Trinity. I am the four personalities that make up one Creator, Creator of all energy, of all universes, of all creation, of all life, matter, soul, and spirit, of all mind, in different forms, in different proportions, in a multitude of spiritual personality orders, in many different power supervisors and energy controllers. So in this case, creation is well and wisely organized and controlled by Creator. I represent Creator as his ambassador to this planet, an apostle of Master Creator Son, who has bestowed himself on our planet in the identity of Jesus of Nazareth, and his partner, Creator Daughter Nebudonia. It's very cold in Lithuania this winter. Actually, it's a regular winter that used to be in Lithuania. But for many years, well, we simply had no such cold like this year. Around 29 minus Fahrenheit. I'll show you how we live. This is the place I live. This is the environment. Plenty of snow, plenty of cold. Yeah. It's February 5th. I'll show you the trace and the trail of some beast in my yard. I don't know who walked across the yard at night. This is the environment. So it's truly a cold winter. Very cold according to our standards. But this is the situation today. The time shall arrive when there shall be no seasons on our planet. There will be a permanent temperature around 23 to 25 degrees centigrade. Of course, above zero. So there will be no snow, no ice, no Arctic poles incarcerated in ice, and everything depends upon us, humans. What energy vibrations we are going to radiate, emit out of our central nerve system, out of our mind, out of our consciousness and subconsciousness. And that depends upon our spiritual education, spiritual enlightenment of our spiritual personality identity. So being ambassador of Creator and apostle of Jesus in Nebulonia, I've been conferred a mission conferred by Creator and Jesus in Nebulonia, not only to represent them to this planet, but also to train future spiritual teachers, to enlighten people with my own spiritual teachings that are actually the living teachings of Creator being passed through my lips, spoken out through my lips, to all of you, without any exception. Creation is the arena for enlightenment of all material beings, soul beings, and spirit beings, to enlighten that everything around would serve one purpose, the only purpose: to make Creator's evolutionary plan implemented by the deposit of each personality into this Creator's evolutionary plan. We have to put our own input in the implementation of the Creator's evolutionary plan. It's truly important and significant and meaningful, because Creator has designed evolution without any stopping. There is no stop on the evolutionary ladder. We are still on the very first, or otherwise bottom rung of the ladder. And we must and have to climb up this evolutionary ladder and to reach Creator in paradise, in His dwelling abode, which is in the very center of the whole of creation. Because paradise is the geographic center of creation. All creation is material, but matter that is making up the dwelling abode of Creator, paradise, is neither living nor non-living. It's made up of one substance, and this substance is unique. There is no any copy of this material substance on any other world throughout the whole of creation. Well, we, Creator's sons and daughters, still having this material form, made up of different chemical elements, material elements, molecules, cells. We have the dweller of this body inside, and this dweller is eternal, spiritual, not material, spiritual personality. And this is the gift of Creator Himself to each of us, so that we would make our own personal deposit in Creator's bank on high by doing good deeds for the well-being of all, for the well-being of humanity, for the well-being of our nation, of our city as a whole. Now, people live in spiritual darkness, and they don't understand that they are in darkness. They consider it's just a natural environment. On the contrary, Creator has designed the natural environment in which brotherhood has to flourish, has to be active in cooperation, in assistance to one another, in helping, promoting every activity around. Without impeding this activity. If the activity meets the evolutionary plan of Creator. But for this, people need spiritual leaders, spiritual teachers, that their mind should be spiritually enlightened, or their thinking should be expanded by being revealed a broader context of the environment, of the essence of life on this planet, and in general throughout the whole of creation. Creator is not leaving humanity as an orphan without certain spiritual teachers, spiritual assistants. Even in the Bible, there were mentioned a lot of people. They were named as prophets who were bringing Creator's light. And this light was also their own contribution, personal contribution into Creator's evolutionary plan. But they were annihilated, killed by the environment, because the environment, being dark, looked upon anyone which is not like the environment, who is trying to expand the mode of thinking, the mode of acting, the behavior, life of the environment. An alien who should be killed because he's not like all the others. And even Jesus, well, one of the two creators of the local universe was killed by the creature who has been designed and originated to life, to being by this creator, together with his partner, Nebuchadnezzar. So the creature killed creator. That's awful. And when the universe was watching the episode of the crucifixion of Jesus, it shuddered, because madness, insanity was so evident and obvious on this dark planet that people should kill the person who was promoting love and brotherhood, who was promoting the father of all as the father of each. Today is February the 5th, 2026. What is the difference between the times of Jesus and the current time? Humanity has grown up enormously. Now we have 8 billion our brethren, but they are all divided, split into different religious sects, into big numbers of agnostics, non-believers, atheists. There is no a single mother religion, be it Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, that should still live as the mother religion. They are all split into sects. Now, humanity is divided into religious sects. Catholic belief or Catholic Church is a sect. Christianity was the mother religion, but there is not any Christianity as the mother religion left. Each sect of Christianity differs by outer, material, and visible rituals, even though they recognize the so-called sacred books, the same Jesus they recognize, whose teachings they don't know, because there were no teachings of Jesus that he was proclaiming to his apostles, to his disciples, to the multitudes. The fatherhood of God and the brotherhood of man. This is the gospel of Jesus. All people are brethren throughout this planet, because there is one Father for all. And even Jews, who were the chosen nation at that time, since they had the strongest belief in one God, as all the other people around them believed in pantheon of gods. So even this chosen nation bankrupted because they killed the one who has been sent by the Father to expand their view on the Father himself, on the environment, and on man, as to what spiritual light he might achieve while recognizing the Father of all, the Father of pagans as well, not only of Jews. Today, I expanded the gospel of Jesus, the fatherhood and motherhood of Creator, and the brotherhood and sisterhood of man, soul, and spirit throughout the whole of creation, not only on this world. This world, inhabited by mortals, is not the only one, even though the current pseudoscience is trying to establish some contact with an alien civilization on some other planets. They're doing it in vain. Of course, in vain, because first you have to enlighten your own selves within Creator's light. Then you would realize that Creator has designed that each planet should develop along the planetary original path without making any copy of another planet. Therefore, while humans are so aggressive, so egocentric, while they are selfish and being controlled by vices rather than by revealing ever more and wider the eternal values of Creator's character, which are love, mercy, justice, goodness, beauty, brotherhood, cooperation, assistance, wisdom, meaning, cosmic insight. So once all these eternal virtues start revealing themselves in each person, the way they were revealing themselves in Jesus, so gradually our seasons shall melt in top frequency vibrations that each person shall be emitting out of himself or herself. And that shall change the weather and climate, but not the material activity of man, be it industrial or scientific or any other activity that might change the climate, like pseudoscience is claiming pollution, high pollution, and it's changing climate. No. It is wrong. Climate is not being affected by one's industrial activity. It's a very, very insignificant impact on the change of climate. Totally insignificant. But the vibrations that we are permanently emitting in long waves, or otherwise to be put it, low frequency energy vibrations, when we live in, and these vices that are present in our character, like revenge, anger, hatred, aggression, conflicting behavior, jealousy, fear, desire to exploit others who are, as a rule, less powerful, weaker. So, in this case, these low vibrations, when they are being emitted permanently out of our consciousness, that is when we are consciously operating in the daytime, and even out of our subconsciousness when our consciousness is disconnected while we are asleep, but we are also emitting low frequency vibrations. So all these vibrations make the major impact on the climate change. Not the exhaust gas out of the automobiles or aircraft, out of each of us, energy vibrations. That's why spiritual teachers that I've been training for over 30 years are the main people among the currently 8 billion humans living on our planet. The most important people, but they are just a handful of people, and they are not that strong in their knowledge and experience with Creator Himself in personal and living communion with Creator. So of course they are only just starting the very, very first step on the living path of Creator's evolution. Nevertheless, everything starts with the very first person. And even this is very important. Without the first person, there cannot be the second one, the third. But the time shall come when all humans on this planet shall be of the Jesus level in spiritual meaning. And that will bring the end to cold winters, to hurricanes, tornadoes, flooding, enormous flooding, enormous wildfires. Just these spiritual and top frequency vibrations being emitted by the future humanity shall extinguish all currently natural calamities that, well, until that bright time and peaceful time. So these calamities only increase in scope and regularity, because they are being generated by the current man's low frequency vibrations. Just think about your own activity. Think about the purpose of your own activity, about your own person. How would you evaluate your person as a person? How much you have eternal values of and from Creator within yourselves that they should manifest in your environment, and how many vices you are still manifesting in this very same environment. Only ponder this very sincerely, that you would make some sort of a comparison, what sort of a person you are, how many bright spots you recognize in your own personality identity, in your current identity. And how many black, dark patches of your character vices still dominating your mind. You can change yourself for the better. There is no any limit that you might reach in darkness that it would not be possible to convert it into Creator's light within you, because you are indwelt by Creator's fragment, thought adjuster. Imagine, Creator's light is within you, no matter how you are behaving badly. You are the son or daughter of Creator. You are the one to emit goodness out of your thoughts, out of your dreams, out of your fancies, because all your thoughts are also traveling out of you throughout the planet. Generate your bright, nice thoughts, dreams, fancies. Don't be afraid just to stop in your futile life race when you are in a hurry all the time. Just find a quiet corner in your daily routine and think about yourself. Think about me. Think about my words. You can change climate. You can change yourself. You can change your environment. But starting with yourself. First, you have to change yourself. Then your vibrations shall impact the living of those around you in your environment without even uttering a single word. But your life shall be different, and the mode of your consciousness shall be of different energy vibrations of Creator. Creator's evolutionary plan provides that creation should develop on and on without any stop as a living system. When one segment is interconnected with another, and all the system is operating according to one Creator's evolutionary plan. And for this, of course, it is necessary to have a spiritual guide, a spiritual teacher. Today I am this spiritual teacher, the only one of that level for the current 8 billion humans on this planet. And I know what I speak of.